your next comic. Very funny. Put your hands together for Zena Dell Lowe!
It's a bus, crash bus, and you might get hand to me.
Yeah.
So I am a double divorcee. It's true, but there's a good reason. Both of my ex-husbands are gay. That is not a joke, that is the truth. I have been married twice and both of my ex-husbands are gay. Which raises a bunch of questions, right? Like, were there signs? Did I know they were gay before I married them? Did I turn them gay? I mean, come on, if I could turn men gay, wouldn't that be kind of like a superpower? Like, would I put that on my resume? Because that seems like the kind of thing you'd want to brag about. Now, my name is Zena, and that little nugget right back there is my service dog, Lulu. Isn't she adorable?
Hey.
There she is. Hi, baby. Now, the first thing that people always ask me whenever they meet Lulu is they want to know, how did I make her a service dog? So I always just tell people the truth. I'm blind. Now, the second question that people want to know is what service she performs. Well, I'll tell you. She lets me know when men are gay. Now, I'm originally from Montana. Has anybody here ever been to Montana?
Yeah.
Yeah, woo-hoo. Okay, it's beautiful there, right? I'm a fourth-generation Montanan. I actually grew up around a cattle ranch. My grandfather, my great-grandfather, cattle ranchers, which means all of the people in my life, I grew up around all these really masculine cowboy types. We're talking real John Wayne men. And I still managed to wrangle myself up 2 gay husbands. How does that happen? I'm pretty sure it has to do with a particular personality trait of mine. I'm a literalist. Anybody know what a literalist is? It is somebody who takes things literally, right? Like when I was a little girl and my mom said, "You're skating on thin ice." And I thought, how did she find out about the lake? Or when I asked my first husband, "Are you gay?" And he said, "No, I just struggle with same-sex attraction." You see the problem, right? I believe people when they tell me things. I mean, honestly, it's a miracle I'm not in a cult anymore. Now, one of the things about being a literalist is that you're never bored because your mind is always boggled by all these things that you're taking literally. Like, one time I went to visit my grandmother, and you know how old people's houses sometimes get that funky smell? And my grandma's like, "Haven't you ever smelled mothballs before?" And I'm like, "How did you even get their little legs apart?" And Grandma goes on to tell me how she's got mothballs stashed all over the house. I mean, can you imagine? And I'm just thinking, but they're so tiny, these moths. And it just seems so cruel to me. I couldn't understand it. But you know what I could understand? Hell. That's right. Eternal fiery torment for these monsters who cut off mothballs. Sorry, Grandma. But I just didn't understand how some people could not believe in hell when others so clearly needed to go there. Now, there is an upside to being a literalist, and that is that you develop an insatiable hunger and thirst for truth. I mean, when people have been lying to your whole life because they want to get a laugh at your expense, you just want to know what's true, right? You want to know the answer to life's deepest questions, like, how many gay ex-husbands does it take to drive a woman crazy? Am I crazy? The voices say no. I will say that I believe that there is a reason for everything. Everything happens for a reason. And by the way, this is why some people believe in karma. You know, the whole principle of you get what's coming to you. Now, I think the nice thing about karma is that I can rest assured knowing that the people I was nasty to had it coming. But the downside about karma is it just doesn't make sense. Right? To me, it doesn't make sense because the basic premise is that if you're a jerk now, you come back as a lizard or something, right? But the problem is, if you don't know why you came back as a lizard, is it really a punishment? I mean, personally, the people that I am deliberately cruel to, I want them to understand why, right? And yet, you know, here's the thing. I still worry about karma. Like, is that why I've had 2 gay ex-husbands? Like, what the hell did I do in my past life to deserve this? What was I, like, making eunuchs in Pharaoh's court or something? Oh, was I cutting off mothballs? But, you know, here's the thing. I try to do my best in life. I try not to, you know, I try to relax more as I get older and not take things so seriously. I'm just kidding, I'm drunk. I think the real question is my karmic debt paid? You know, like, what does my future hold? Is there romance for me in my future? I mean, I read a statistics that said that, let's see, how does this go? You are more likely to get struck by lightning twice and win the lottery than you are to fall in love after 50. So that's encouraging. But then, you know, I look around at all these men in my particular age category, and I gotta tell you something, I struggle because I just don't know if I feel attracted to any of them. And that's a problem. Except Hugh Jackman, right? I mean, he is single, he's 55, very handsome, those Wolverine abs, I think I could live with that. But here's the problem. I heard a rumor that he's secretly gay. So, you know, dibs. Thank you very much, I'm Zena.